raise some funds depending on how expensive the trip is. But typically I can, what I make off here, I can do, if as long as it's a local trip that doesn't require airfare, I can typically get out somewhere off, at least one trip a month for the channel, just off what we make. And so, I've never ever, nor will I ever charge a victim's family ever a dime to ever go out and provide them, flyers, banners, our bodies out there, gas to get there, food to stay there, lodging and stuff like that. We have never, ever, ever once charged families money. Many of you know I've been talking about this Yahoo PI, the one that was meddling into the Kylie Rodney case, and the family finally told him he had to leave. There was a big embarrassment where he shut his whole Twitter account and Twitter page down for, I don't know, months. He shut his Twitter page down literally for months. And so all of a sudden he's back up, and now he has this huge team, right? He only had himself before. It sounds like a person he might be dating now that's helping him. That's what it really sounds like. Either way, he came out on Twitter and started talking bad about me for no reason, and it was lies. It wasn't even the truth. Like he still is under the impression that I just picked this case and got into this case. No, we were invited into this case, and we went right out and started helping. Look, that's how the truth of the matter is. We didn't even hear about this case. We didn't know about this case. We were sought out, and we provided resources. We're happy that we did. We're happy that we were able to get this case in front of so many people when it wasn't getting in front of anybody. My heart bled for Layla's mom because she was begging so many people for help, and not one person would really help her. And so we went out there. We didn't even ask our audience for money. We asked literally nobody for money. We went out there. To be honest with you, there was something that I saw in Layla that I saw in myself, and my heart broke for her. So naturally, I was gun-ho to get out there to help because I feel bad, because I keep thinking kind of like Jim Santinello is my mom, because this story literally, outside of the substances, the story literally could have been me. And that's really where my heart kind of attached to this case. And so we went out there, and we were able to make this case go viral on TikTok and really brought a lot of attention to this case. Well, it did bring unwanted attention. And so I never understood why this guy was attacking me. I don't know him. I talk about him. I have no qualms with him. But it's clout. He needs to start because he has no name for himself. He's crap. In the real world of PIs, he's a joke. It is what it is. I work with licensed PIs on a regular basis, and his behavior is laughed at. Okay? There's no, and you can have your own opinion about it or whatever. He's not acting like a professional PI. Come to find out, he's been on there arguing with me for days about how he does pro bono work for these cases because I asked him to prove. He said he found 14 people. And so I asked him to prove it. There's 14 people in 2023. I'm sorry, you bring home 14 people, your local news is going to, pay attention. They're going to see your name popping up. They're going to see these reports coming on their desk. That's how it works. And they would be jumping for, an interview with a guy that brought home 14 people. They brought home 14 people. Say 14 people. He's going to be on something. There's going to be an article. There's nothing. But we do know him from the Kylie Rodney case and what a crap job that was and how awful that turned out, right? And how embarrassing that was for him, being kicked out, being embarrassed by the family, and having to shut down his Twitter page. We definitely know his behavior, and we've seen it firsthand. And he's trying to discredit me and trying to be nasty to me and say, oh, you don't have credentialing. Babe, you may have credentialing, but you ain't worth your weight in salt on that paper. Because you don't need to be reaching out to people for business if that's the case. People come to you. You found 14 people in 2023. Yeah, your reputation should be attracting every single piece of business across the United States. And missing persons. Anybody with a missing person should be beating your door out, buddy. And then come to find out, he's been begging Layla's father and stepmother for money. For money. Yeah, he's truly licensed in California. That's true. He's asking the family for money to fly him out there for his room and his meals. His rooms and his meals. And he has a pilot license. And he's been on there for days saying how he does all this stuff out of the kindness of his heart, and he does these cases pro bono. That doesn't sound pro bono to me. Now we know why the second account, GoFundMe account, is set up. It's not to support the family, her father, or her stepmother. It's to fly him in and out from California to Kingsport, Tennessee. By the time you pay for one trip, airfare, car rental, hotel stay, and food, you would have already paid for yourself to have a licensed PI in the state of Tennessee that doesn't require to be flown in on your dime every time they need to do their job. That is a freaking joke. And he's literally out there working right now to raise money to fly him to go do his job. And then you know what he says to me? Oh, you're not credentialed. I'm credentialed actually probably more than he'd like to know. It's not the credentialing he wants, but I definitely passed several level 2 FBI background checks. I definitely know how to search. I definitely know how to bring attention to a case. And I definitely know how not to beg a family for money. That I definitely know how to do. All of that days and days of arguing with me, telling me how wonderful he is and how he does all this work pro bono for his clients and how he doesn't broadcast it. Well, yeah, if he really has a client, he broadcasts it to everybody. That's why we know he doesn't have jobs, because they would be on Twitter if he did. And they're not, by the way. But the one case that he has been able to con into, he's actually got his hand out saying, hey, pay me. Give me flight money. Give me hotel money. Talk about disgusting. This family is struggling. I guarantee the father is a mess. He's trying to just do the best he can, and he's got these vultures coming out and just attacking him. Oh, and it's all Bullhorn Betty's fault. Because people don't have eyes and ears and can't think for themselves. It's Bullhorn Betty's fault. And not only that, did you know somebody is, because of the comment made by that reporter in Pennsylvania, that Pennsylvania news conference about first of all, Jonathan